Alright, this is kind of an extra thing for Unit 9b. I said I was going to do the proof of the quadratic formula. I do this in my regular classes, so this is my lecture class, so I'm going to do this. I know we're all online, so normally this is one to go over with in class. You'll never have to reproduce this, but I do want to prove to you where it comes from. So the original is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. That's the standard formula quadratic equation, or a quadratic system. So now, if you remember, I can't have anything attached to the x squared. So I got to divide everything by a. So now it cancels out here, and I get x squared plus b over ax plus c over a equals, now 0 divided by a is just 0. Now, the next step I always do is I have to subtract the c over a to the other side of the equation. So now x squared plus b over ax equals negative c over a. If you notice, I left a nice gap there because I need to add something to each side of the equation. And so remember, if I do that, I have to find half of the middle term here. So I have to do 1/2 times b over a. Now that's just b over 2a. Now remember, I have to square it. So it's really b over 2a squared. Now b over 2a squared is really b squared over 4a squared. So I'm going to simplify this a little bit. Now remember, what's being squared here is really x plus b over 2a quantity squared, because that's why I did that, so I can complete the square. Now this side I have a little extra work to do. Now this, I have two fractions here, but they're not the same denominator. But 4a squared is the common denominator. So really, I got to multiply top and bottom of this by 4a. And when I do that, I get negative 4ac over 4a squared plus b squared over 4a squared. Now, these have the same denominator, so I can combine them. Now, if you notice, this is minus 4a squared b squared. I'm just going to reverse it. I'm going to write b squared minus 4ac all over 4a squared. Now it's still x plus b over 2a being squared here. Gonna need more space. So now I have to do the square root of each side. So I get x plus b over 2a equals plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over. Now I can do the square root at the bottom, so it's just 2a. Now if I do minus b over 2a on each side, if you notice, my denominators are already the same, so I get x equals, since the denominator is the same, I'm just going to write it as one big fraction, negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, and that is the quadratic formula right there. So it's just a quick little proof. And again, you're not going to have to reproduce this in this class. Now, some of the upper level math classes, yes, you may have to, but not in this class. And so that was a quick one. And that's it. That's the last part of 9b.